Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Episode 6 of Rebuilding Wizard101 in Planet Coaster 2. You're probably wondering, Daniel, why is this episode so much shorter? I was like, yeah, it is. It's still the same amount of time of building, so like just like the 30-minute episodes, how they were each 10 minutes is like an hour and 30 minutes of work. It's the same thing with these 15-minute episodes. So every 5 minutes is an hour and 30 minutes of work. So that's insane. It's insane to I'm like, it's sped up a lot. Like every 5 minutes is literally an hour and a half of work. It's insane. But in this episode we're gonna continue working in the commons. I think we literally like finished the commons like 90% through, or maybe even like 95. All we have left to do in this episode is just recolor the buildings and add a bit more detail. But without further ado, let's get into it. We're here building the pond, mapping out the pond, all the buildings and stuff like that. So I had to do it twice just because I wanted it to be perfect. And the thing that I had a hard time with was the two buildings at the end of the pond where if you've played Wizard101, I'm assuming like almost everybody that's watching has played Wizard101. The two buildings are where the fishing guy is. I forgot his name. Lucky Hook Line, something like that, right? Those buildings are pretty close together, so I kind of had these two buildings right here that I'm putting down right now. Those buildings are pretty close together, so I had to like plan out a way to like make sure they're pretty good together, so it looked the most natural, normal thing ever. Like to match the game as much as possible. But yeah, so I had to do a lot of path rework around here and the pond rework. But overall, it comes out really well. It comes out really great. I'm happy about how it's turning out, so it's cool. One thing that I will note is that we do end up doing the Wizard City library, but I did it off like recording, so you're just gonna see it pop up randomly and you'll see it at the end of the video. Just because I also made the library into a restaurant, just like the Merle Ambrose's office. So yeah, so people can go in there and enjoy some food. And I ended up naming it the Tomes and Tummies. It's pretty funny. If you have a different name, let me know. I think it's pretty funny. So the Tomes and Tummies for the library, because you know, tomes like books, and tummies like you're hungry. You know, it makes sense. Here we are building the bridge. One side of the bridge. This is where Eloise and Zeke are. I still need to do like their little cart and stuff like that. So that will be in episode 7. But I like how the bridge turned out. It's pretty cute. It's very cute. I could add more details. I might add more details just to make it look better. But here we are adding paths to the bridge just so like guests can use it as well, to make it interactable. And then we ended up using the clear path, so the path that we're using right now doesn't show on the wooden part of the bridge. So yeah, that's cool. Is that what I went with for the... I don't remember if that's what I did for the buildings, the two buildings I was talking about earlier, but I guess it is, maybe. Yeah, I didn't like this part right here, so I ended up just copying another like wooden platform and just doing that, so it worked out really well. And I copied the bridge over to the other side to where the waterfall is, the rainbow bridge. That's the rainbow bridge itself. And then I tested out to see if the guests can go up the bridge and down. And they can, so that's really cool. So this is going to be the pathway to the pet pavilion, which will be our next like area to work on. I'm going to try to get the pet pavilion done first. And then I was thinking Unicorn Way, just to see like how much room I need. And then after Unicorn Way, we'll do Ravenwood. And then Ravenwood should be the last part of Wizard City. Then we could get into the next world, which I'm thinking Crocotopia. maybe. Or Marleybone seems a bit boring. Like, I'm sorry. It's like, just like thought of like rebuilding Marleybone, I feel like it would be boring because it's just brick buildings. Brick square buildings. That's all it is. So I'm thinking Crocotopia next, and after Crocotopia, we could do Mushu. That would be really cool. I think Mushu would look amazing in this in Planet Coaster, so that's cool. But yeah, here I am just adding a few more buildings to the area where the library is, because we gotta add those. Yeah, let me know what other worlds you want me to do. Like, do you guys want me to do like Arc 1 worlds first? I don't think I'm gonna fit every single world in here. Like, there's no way. I don't think that's possible. But I don't know. Never say never. You know what I mean? Here's the Rainbow Bridge with the waterfall. We are not gonna be doing Dark Side. I think that's what it's called, where the Death School is. Just because, like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do it, just because like it would be too much to have like people go through the waterfall and like down somewhere. It would be a lot, right? And it would probably have to be like literally underground, and it's gonna be really dark. So I don't think it's worth it. It won't give like the look where it's like outdoors, if that makes sense. But here we are. Added some trees. Added some trees that match the commons, and then here I wanted the what is it called? They have a name for it. This is where, oh my god, you know what I'm building right here. If you played Wizard101, you know what this is. Like where it's that wooden platform where you could go up where the lake is. Not the lake, the pond. Yeah. So here I am building it. We also do add paths to it, and we're going to make it invisible just to make guests be able to use that. There it is, and we added some leaves around to give it more life. We added these lily ponds. Lily ponds? Ponds? Pods? I don't know. We needed some lighting, of course. Added some lighting over there. And then we finished off the fencing area where the Headmaster's Tower is, which I think, what did I name this restaurant? I totally forgot. I named it oh my god, I forgot. I do also work on the gates to enter that restaurant, but it would be off camera, so you won't see that process. Just because like building these buildings and those like process, like the gates, it took me a while. So it took me over an hour. Like the library took me at least like 3-4 days to finish, and like long hours. Like I'm talking like at least 4 hours. It took a while. But yeah, I had to go around the pond and outline this with like mud just to give it that realistic look. So that was really cool. And then we worked on the fountain. I love how they have guest statues, and these are the closest things that I found to the water fountain that's in the commons. And I was trying to find a good like water spraying kind of effect. I wish in Planet Coaster would have the option to make these like, do you see the spouts that I'm talking like with the water things? I wish we could make those invisible, but we can't right now, so it's fine. I try to hide them into the stone, just like that. If they were invisible, that would be so much better. But you can't win everything, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. It still looks great, in my opinion. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know. But yeah, so I think it looks really cool. The statue in Wizard101 does have a flying piggle in between the two guest statues. But I ended up didn't put anything there, just the two guests, and that's it. But we did end up revamping the fairgrounds area because with the new fantasy pack, the updates, you could they come with tents, and I think these tents are so much better than the ones that we downloaded. Just because they look more realistic in sense of like what they look like in the game, but they didn't have those lights around it, so I wanted to add the lights myself. So here's what we're doing right now. We add all the lights, and it looks so good. And obviously I just copy and paste it on the other tents as well, and just change up the colors. But yeah, I can't believe we did this much work within 7 episodes or 6 episodes. Right? Like, we did so much. Like, we did the entrance, the parking lot, we did the little globe thing, we did fairgrounds right here, we're doing the commons, and next we're in Pet Derby. Not Pet Derby, we're doing Pet Pavilion. But I will make like a go-karts kind of like racetrack in the Pet Pavilion, just and call it Pet Derby, because I mean, like, what better game or ride would be best there, right? Like go-karts, it's great. It would be the perfect spot. So that's what we're gonna do. And I will name it Pet Derby. So it's gonna be really fun. It's gonna go like, I want to put it where the fountain is in Pet Pavilion, and have it go underground and exit the Pet Pavilion, and have its own like little track outside of the pavilion, and like decorated and all that stuff in its own theme, and then it comes back to the middle of the Pet Pavilion, and that's how people enter and exit the ride. I don't know. We'll experiment in episode 7. We'll see how it looks, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, then we'll change it up. No big deal. Here we are adding some flowers around the Gamma's Tower and some other buildings as well. We gotta have those to make it look realistic. I did end up going over the main like grass texture and added the you could tell like how it is, right? Like where the grass is, and it's like textured with like little flowers and stuff like that. So I painted the base thing, so that was really cool. Here's the gate to the restaurant. I think it looks great. It's very similar to what Wizard101 is, but more flowers and hedges, and then I made these like stone like pathways. I think it looks really cool. It's like a nice vibe. It goes all around. And I added it here as well, just to give it the same look. And it looks great. In a second, like right here, you see me like trying to do like a spiral kind of vibe with this. Just because like that's how there's something similar to this in the game. And I tried to copy it, and I just kept it there. I think it looks good. I tried these as well, but I don't really like how they looked. So we just continued with like adding some flowers around the buildings. In episode 7, what we have to do is recolor the buildings, because I think some colors are different from what I have down. So that's really cool. Here's me like updating the floor as well. But yeah. In a second, you'll see me. You'll see the library. I think it looks amazing. But before that, we're enclosing the commons officially, so that's really cool. And then I had to make arches to where the pond like ends, and have it be like a sewage area where like the water goes down. If you were to go into Wizard101 right now, you'd see like a little like gate. It's not a gate. It's like, what do you call it? I don't know what it's called, but it's where the water goes, and then it's blocked off by like metal. So yeah, I didn't end up recording that either, but you'd see it, and I think you could see it in the montage in a bit. But yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. It's half shorter than the other ones, 15 minutes and 30 minutes. Much faster for short spans. I feel like in this year's in recent years, everybody's short span kind of changed attention span. Sorry, I can't English, but here it is. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.